too. Yeah, that helps. It helps a little bit. I will say, again, the ringer, it seemed like he just played solid overall, but obviously you would have your 5 in the
Yeah,
end.
that's always what you want. But, I mean, he did play very well for just coming, short notice as a ringer. Played very well.
Yeah. Anyways, the draft continuing along here. So it was Behemoth into Gladiator, Moira into Torturer, Midas into Sandwraith. Sandwraith really has become a new go-to carry here on the competitive scene, especially with that new staff build and Restoration Stone. So,
and especially against the Legion team, where they're looking at this, they already want 3 PKs on their team. So, if he decides to go the mock, which he should go this game, it will cause huge problems for the Legion team.
Yeah. Yep, Sandwraith, that seems like against a pretty traditional build. Now you get that mock first, and eventually develop into the Resto Stone. Although we did see Haxran the other day, I think it actually was against Revolution for Sync Esports over there. He actually did play the Sandwraith, and he built the mock into more of the Frostburn and more of the combat style. So
yeah, I'm still more of a fan of that build. Yeah. I still am, but I think if you do go the staff Resto build, I notice a lot of people go the Resto first.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think the staff offers more, but it's just my opinion on that. I mean, yeah, it's nice to have the double ulti and all, but it seems like that staff you want it for the staff ulti, so wouldn't it seem like, it seems a little bit more obvious to me just go the staff first, but, it's their decision, and I trust most of the carries that play on the scene, especially Imba
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely the one that obviously started kind of bringing it here, so it's hard to really argue, but it's fair still. I mean, they're not gods after all.
No.
They can be wrong.
I respect the Formless and the Imba Boy and the Balthazar. They're great carries. They know what they're doing. So
fair enough. We'll see what Balthazar does here. That 4th pick coming out. Puppet Master, Wild Soul, Fade, Warbeast, Lodestone, and Oogie are the banned. So got to figure out what 2-0 wants to do as far as their carry option out. Plenty of them banned throughout the banning phase here, as just mentioned. But again, you know what I want to see? I want to see Squirry kind of go back to his roots. When they first started playing on the scene, the qualifiers and then Cycle 1 and everything, they ran a lot of Shadow Blade and Scout were 2 carries that we saw Squirry play a bit. And play it pretty well, and it was fun to watch. So I don't know if Scout would necessarily be the strongest here, but I can see Shadow Blade.
Scout is a great hero against a TDL that has to be up in your face. It has to be able to auto attack you. That disarm is a crucially good ability.
Yeah, so maybe not here, but
Doctor though, that is a great pick. Always is.
Kinesis, always a good pick for Boxy too. So
yeah,
safe to say, missed the first game there, was having some internet issues, but apparently hopefully, crossing the fingers here that they've been fixed. So going to be good to go here in game number 2 and get him Kinesis. He's ready to play, and that's always scary. So see how 2-0 deals with that here. On their side is their final pick, probably, if I had to guess, a middle hero here. Well, no, jungler, actually. Okay, yeah, they do go jungler.
Parasite just made it all the way to the last pick.
Yeah.
That's a little surprising to me, that wasn't banned or touched whatsoever, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, there are certain teams that obviously would never happen against, like you guys, or Complexity, you got Sync, you got Evil Corporation even. But, teams like this, like BMG, not really known to run jungler, so not that surprising in that sense. And 2-0, maybe not as heavy jungler themselves. So, I mean, I could see why in this matchup, but yeah, it still is pretty odd seeing it with the final pick. Prisoner coming out as well.
Yeah, obviously for the Doctor, but that's always a good hero, especially, watching Fuzzy Soft play it all the time. I love the hero. It's such a good hero. Even if, there's not a hero to really use the W on, but I mean, this game there is. But even if there's not, it's still a really good hero.
The hook is just so powerful compared to the others, I think. I think it's safe to say, there's different skills to it, kind of, sure, but just overall usefulness, the Prisoner hook is the best of the 3 for Devour.
Yeah, I think they just need to give Devo the same hook, and we'll be good to go.
There you go.
I want to see Devo again, so make that happen.
Well, you can play Devo Wars.
Yeah, I played that with you, Break, you remember? We had fun with that.
Yeah, we did. That was good. I carried you guys. As always.
That's how it normally goes.
You know what was interesting? I actually saw, on Thursday I think it was, I saw Evil Corporation before the match there. They were playing in the first series against Freezing Gaming. They were actually warming up as a team at 5-man queue on Devo Wars.
Wow,
That was
they're
pretty
really
fun to
trying
watch.
hard.
Yeah. I can imagine if you're queuing into Diva Wars and you get matched up against Evil Corporation, it's like, what is going on right now? We're facing.
Well, I'm a 1500 trying to have fun, but
Yeah.
here's Imba Boy.
That must have been a good time for those guys. So, but it's a good way to warm up. I can see that, That in Mid Wars is obviously a pretty popular way to do so.
Yeah, you just, I mean, I think it's, pretty good in Diva Wars because, you're dodging, you're doing good at dodging, you're clicking a lot, it's kind of, it gets you moving.
Yeah, definitely gets the EPM up, which I always stress is very important. It's probably the #1 stat to track here, so. All right, it's a joke, guys. It's a joke. All right, bottom lane, we do see the Hellborn team making their way down here, so BMG, they do got a couple wards on Torture, it looks like. Gonna try to block some camps here of Parasite, of course.
Ooh, 5-man into the jungle.
Yeah. You see this often. Not going to be any fights, though. The Legion team playing it pretty passive. Kind of giving it up here. So they block one. They just blocked the pole camp, it looks like. Not going to do the others. All right. So not the worst for Parasite there.
No, none of his hard cants got blocked, so that's always good. Just the pole.
So he's going to be good to go for the most part here, other than the pole camp. And the lane down here, of course, Doctor with the Moira, so really a defensive pseudo tri-lane. They'll be going up against Boxy, but man, I feel like we've seen it several times before that Boxy on the Suicide Kinesis, even in a matchup where he shouldn't necessarily have that great of a time, he'll then get a double tap and take over the game. So
yeah, and it becomes a problem real quick.
Yep. Gotta look out for that. You see right here too is got the camera focused on him, already throwing the creep in the air and delaying the creep wave.
And that pole camp was already countered. I don't know if it was spotted or not, or it was just a random ward, but whatever it is, they got the pole ward.
Oh wow, yeah, they took a gamble right there. I feel like.
Yeah, I don't think it was spotted whatsoever. I think they just assumed they went 5-man to the jungle and was like, okay, they probably warded right here.
Yeah.
Probably from past scrims, they kind of just knew.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, I guess to call it a gamble is probably a little unfair. Doing the research, even. Bottom lane, Boxy. Okay, yeah, you got to address Boxy, as we're saying, and they're doing it right off the bat. The Skeleton King for Pexu. That's like the perfect creep right there. And down goes Boxy. So, I mean, that really could have been any creep. He was so far pushed up that Moira alone could have probably set up that kill.
That was a really good first blood. It's always, BMG plays a lot around Boxy, so it's always good to just start killing him as soon as you can, keep his farm down.
Especially, again, missing that first game there, so maybe a little rusty here.
And STST is 1v1 mid with boots and 2 minor totems, so that's kind of interesting.
What the hell was that about? So they must have...
I think they thought it was just going to be a dual lane mid, and they just prepared him for it. I don't know. It just seems odd even in that regard, too. You still think, he could get items to farm in the mid lane, or at least some regen pool to him.
Well, I mean, my guess was that he initially was planning to go top. I mean, this for a Suicide Behemoth, I guess, wouldn't be that crazy, but to be in middle is really just odd, for sure.
Well, it could end up working out. Who really knows? But Midas is 1v1, well, kind of 1v1 top. I mean, such a strong hero. He can kind of do whatever he wants in the lane.
Maybe to dodge prisoner hooks easier. Maybe there is that
kind
of logic, too. All right, well, yeah. I mean, if not, yeah. I mean, this is a case where he should still be fine overall. It's just a little different, for sure. See right here again, in fact, doing another fissure. Just keeping harassment up. Trying to get that bottle, I'm sure, ASAP. Just about there. Already has his boots, of course, so doesn't need to worry about that. Bottom lane, no. Kinesis learned his lesson from earlier.
Staying much farther back.
Yeah. Kind of hugging the tower here. There is no vision in the middle for this prisoner especially, so if Parasite wants to come in with an effective creep.
Top lane.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's a lot of damage, actually. He is going to be fine, though, the Pitfall missing. Midas manages to escape. So that must have been, he used Elemental Warp as the showdown went off.
Yeah, it was a good timing.
Okay.
Because he knows the timing on Pitfall is, I think it's 2 seconds, or 1.5 seconds till it actually goes off, so he timed it right, and it was all good.
Yeah. So yeah, BMG, just like the first game, they're doing the Root of Z pull here with the Gladiator. He's going to come in, put some auto attacks on a Midas. They're really, I mean, it seems like they're putting a lot of effort trying to kind of box him out here, yet he's level 3. I mean, Midas has actually done pretty well overall, considering.
Yeah, and especially if he gets 4, he's going to give Balthazar a hard time. The hero can just combo you out of lane so easily, and, you know, now you need multiple heroes to protect your carry.
Bottom
That's
lane,
never a good sign.
Kinesis, he is going to fall again. They dove him really heavily right there. In fact, Parasite and Moira both take some good tower damage. But they stay alive, so the idea of addressing Boxy, keeping him in check, is definitely being accomplished here from 2-0 early on in the game. That's good.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Prisoner hook a little bit more mid lane. I think he could have actually killed this, you know, Behemoth. He was sitting around mid with about 350 HP, and Maki really didn't try to hook him at all, so kind of interesting, because I thought he could have killed him a couple times, actually.
Maybe it was those boots.
Yeah, the boots, the dodging.
Figured why try.
I mean, now, because STST has the same items that the Prisoner has, so, you know, going the boots first really didn't hurt him at all.
Yeah, true. Well, kind of. Doesn't have
Kind of a little bit,
so.
but it's not enough. Well, yeah, it's a 160 GPM difference, so it did hurt, but no, it's not a gigantic hurt yet.
It was a fair point. I get
Yes.
that. You do see, though, Behemoth definitely a little bit more on the defensive constantly. I mean, in Prisoner in general, though, goes back to just him as a hero. It's a scary guy to lane against. He, with that hook especially, in the hands of a player like Maka here, can be pretty threatening. A little odd creep wave right there. I guess with a fissure stun, kind of causing an interesting path there. He's going to go for the hook here. Said sidestep this. He's unable to do so. Prison Break comes out. Now he gets out of range from it, actually, but now Kinesis running in. And down goes Behemoth. So good rotation from Boxy. He is struggling at that bottom lane. Figures might as well try something middle.
Yeah, that was a good choice. He's just a die bottom at this point, so it's just better that he maybe tries to get some rotations off, maybe get a kill or two. Because now he can get caught by the Moira into a Doctor flying in. He's just going to die every time, so it's better that he just kind of stays away from this lane unless it's at his tower.
Yeah.
And even then, it's not even that safe.
I feel like Doctor, like I said, I mean, he's 28-5, so it's overall pretty good. But for having 2 assists, I almost felt like he would have been even a little bit better here.
Yeah. I feel like he must have something on that courier. It must be like Steam Boots and the amulet, maybe? Okay, just the Steam Boots, but seems why did you buy? I'm okay.
Oh,
I don't know why you just didn't watch. Oh.
In trouble here. Behemoth has a fissure in 4 more seconds. Samwraith going to pop the ultimate, trying to scare them off. Go for the counter kill. Leaves the fissure shot. It does hit, but it's not enough initially. Prisoner's going to survive. He missed the hook, trying to pull him back in. They're actually going to be able to chase him down, and down goes Behemoth. You see Parasite does make a getaway. He actually picks up a haste rune while he's doing so, but man, Prisoner surviving. That was big time there.
Wow, and that was it. He fogged again really well. He just walked around the trees, and he just couldn't get caught. So it was just a good play by him too.
Mm-hmm.
And now Boxy gets this bottom lane to himself for a while, as long as he can hold lane control over here.
Yeah, that's because Squirry obviously pushing the tower in there, so that GPM is all of a sudden looking a little bit better. Definitely around 360 gold per minute. 320 for Sandwraith, meanwhile. Balthazar has his own Steam Boots here. Again, keep an eye on what Balthazar prefers to go as far as this Sandwraith build. Has obviously been a carry that's stepped up on the scene quite a bit lately. Middle lane, Gladiator, he's been seen this whole time. Trying to set up a kill, but that ward of sight placement from Serox earlier doing work for Behemoth. Spotting the incoming gank, so well played there. Doctor, so what would we like to see Doctor go first, as they're going to gank Kinesis again here. He's going to throw the Stasis Smash up, trying to live. No TP support, though. No chance to live there.
So, Doctor item-wise, it's going to sound kind of weird, but more of the Americans players go for the Icon, Hellflower, into whatever they want after that. But I've noticed that a lot of the European doctors, Hackstrin, those kind of players, they kind of go for the Hellflower first. And that's okay, depending on the game. Oh, top lane.
Yeah, caught that there.
Okay, depending on the game, it's kind of just whichever works. But I do like the Icon into Hellflower. Icon just lets him play his hero just it gives him the ability to play the hero how it's supposed to be played. So hopefully
Okay.
it does go the icon build.
Does get the Ring of Sorcery first, at least, with the Steam Boots here, so a little bit of information there. Scurry.
Yeah. So it probably most likely will be the icon, which I 100% agree with. In every game, I like to see the icon first.
Prisoner, top farm of the game, continuing to beat 370 gold per minute. Hits the hook right here on Behemoth. Behemoth has a shockwave, yeah, but he chose not to use it. You know, probably wasn't going to get anything out of it anyway, so good hook once again.
Definitely the good choice not to use his ulti. He wasn't going to get anything out of it. There wasn't enough support there.
Yeah.
So it was good he didn't use it.
Moira did send in the illusion. Doctor was running over there, but yeah, just not in time. So, again, Maki landing the hooks, and now upwards of 400 GPM even after that. So, Sandwraith going the Energizer here, at least first. So, Baltazar figures there's some fighting going on. Guess that means he wants to get an item that'll help him assist in that a little more effectively. So.
Yeah, I agree with the item. I like going energy. It's hard to go straight into a mock first item because you don't do anything. You're just pooling 3,400 gold, and you're not getting much out of it. So I do like him going Energizer first item.
Okay.
Problem is he's not farming top though, and they might need to address that soon.
Yeah, you see right here, Veiled Rot from Behemoth. Oh.
This could be an interesting fight.
Yeah, well,
they did see it though. They saw it though.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because it literally ran off as he was walking past this Mortis site here. So that takes away any attempt that they may have had. Although number-wise, I mean, the Hellborn team, they got numbers up here, so maybe that was for the better.
Yeah.
And he didn't go in, so you know, they
Definitely
could look at it.
They probably would have lost that fight.
All good there. Prisoner, 1,250 gold saved up, so portal key well on its way for him.
And he'll get a relatively early portal key, and that's going to cause some issues for Doctor. Yeah, they need to maybe address this Prisoner. Maybe just solo ulti with the Behe. Just kill him. Just make sure he dies, because if he gets a pre-13-minute, 12-minute portal key, Doctor's going to have some problems.
Yeah. Behemoth going to fall back before too much. And again, this is the way his items are looking. You would figure almost that this was a suicide Behemoth, but this was a 1-versus-1 Behemoth mid. Only see bottle, red boots, and a power supply on him right now, that's not good. 10.5 minutes.
That's the difference of going the red boots now. Now you see the difference.
Yeah.
A 1,500 pooled gold, or pooling 1,500 gold on Prisoner, and really Behe with nothing.
Attempt gonna miss right there. The fissure came out just before that. You see more pressuring a little bit with the illusion, but a little too deep there, so the follow-up not gonna be had. Good passive play from Prisoner, not going too crazy. Parasite, can't forget about him. Pexius seems like he's been doing all right here. 320 gold per minute. Is 1-0-2. Of course, a lot of action here at this bottom lane. Has been involved in all 3 kills on Kinesis and the team that matter. But Puzzle Box is coming for Pexius.
Yeah, and that's all. That's just always a good item for that hero. Hero can start killing almost. This game, he can pretty much kill anyone with the Puzzle Box level 2. Maybe he might need the level 3, but it'll be a pretty big item. It'll let him solo kill a lot of every hero, pretty much. I think.
One of the big powers of a Sandwraith, of course, as we've seen and just really know on paper, is that he has the ability to be somewhat involved, earlier in the game. We see him get the Energizer. We were talking about that. They've only used the ultimate once so far, and he's level 9 now even. So do you think they're kind of missing out on opportunities, or is it fine that they're not trying to force it?
I think right now it's okay. They don't try to force it. Maybe they could. I think they just got the Prisoner PK, so I think they're going to start forcing it now. But I think a little bit early.
They're going to force it, and they're going on the Sandwraith right here. Torture kind of nearby. Kinesis stays to smash on a Sandwraith, trying to help keep him alive. Ain't going to happen. Mass control on Dr. Repulsor. Is he going to be pulled back? No, that was Midas right there. Doctor is just out of range, and the stun to secure it right there. He gets away. Midas, meanwhile, he's stuck around trying to pick off Gladiator. Unfortunately, comes up short, though. So it ends up being a 1-for-1 Midas for Sandwraith, but 2-0. They got what they came for initially, and Doctor did manage to live there.
Yep, so that wasn't too bad. It just ended up being Midas for Sandwraith, which is probably a pretty good trade for them right now. Midas is just, just going to combo things anyways, and Parasite took bottom tower, so now it definitely was a good fight for them.
Yeah. That's huge. The fact that he gets a tower kill, because you're talking about the puzzle box at level 2 even, he's going to be really scary at this point of the game. So, Alk Bones is something to think about, as always with a Parasite, especially with an earlier round puzzle box. Is there a good candidate here on the Hellborn side that you think should get it?
It's kind of hard this game, but I mean, maybe the Gladiator, possibly the Torture later in the game. They really don't have an amazing hero to get the Alk Bones for them.
Yeah.
But if anything, it'll probably end up being the Gladiator or Torture whenever he ends up farming it, getting the gold for it.
Build Rod here on Torture. Speaking of him, he's coming around. Probably just trying to get this Rev War down, I guess, even. Or maybe trying to set up a sneaky play with a teammate. But middle lane, Prisoner. Okay, that was interesting. Parasite open, the Pitfall came out, but Prisoner was just running, so not much. Oh, his hook was on cooldown. Okay, that makes sense. Guess he'd just used it prior to that. Midas, they saw him, by the way. They have a Rev Ward here. He has the Infius, but they know that he's here. He's running through it again. If he goes back in, he is. They're going to try to go for it. There was a lot of panic there, though. Midas Holder's got a big transmit in response. He's going to get on out of there. Calderwire's going out. The shockwave from him as he just walks right up to them. There's Enrage. And Torture. Nope. Arcane Vortex. Going to stall it all. Here comes round 2 now. Kinesis with the big burst coming out of it. Parasite falls. But now it's Dr. Repulsor's turn. Wow. Prisoner is going to go down. So many P's here. Sandwraith will get picked off. And a 3-for-1 in favor of 2-0. So, yeah, I mean, that Rev Ward, they saw Midas several times, but it kept going in and out barely of the range, and that really kind of caused BMG to go chaotic mode there.
Yeah, it definitely did. Squirry actually didn't end up getting his icon for that fight. So he didn't get, I think he would have got almost 8 charges out of that. Either 8 or 6, but, I thought it kind of sucked a little bit, but they did win the team fight, pretty convincingly, and they forced Sandwraith even farther away from Ismok.
Yeah, keeping him active and involved, and obviously killed especially, is pretty important here for this Legion side. Obviously, that Mocker Brilliance will do wonders when he eventually gets there. But Doctor, I mean, he's sitting on another 2,200 gold, but yeah, you got to think. I mean, it's going to be the icon here. Probably just simply waiting to get back to base here, so we can do the split up of the items. But
yeah, he's gonna go back to base and do that right now. Definitely needs to get that, because right there would have been a prime example if he had it, because he did have enough gold before that fight even started to actually get it, but he just didn't have time because the fight started so fast.
Yeah. There we go. Picks it up there. Peksu, I'm gonna say, has a level 2 puzzle box there. He did die the last fight as well, so yeah, we'll say it's a level 2 until we can confirm once he's actually out of a creep here.
Yep.
Behemoth, 1875. Again, it really looks like this was a suicide Behemoth, but at least he's going to be able to get the portal key here coming up, which is the important thing, pending not dying here soon. He gets caught by Moira. Look at that.
Ooh, that's
by
the real
Lex
Moira.
Taliotis coming out. She gets Prisoner to blink away, actually. So.
Oh. Well, I think they could have actually set up on that. Doctor was relatively close by. I'm kind of surprised they didn't fly on that.
Yeah, chose not to. But how about that Lex Talionis, though, on Moira?
I'm a fan of it just because... Oh, midlane.
Behemoth got Shockwave. I was going to say, if he gets it off, oh my gosh. He is locked down enough, but man, Parasite was running over. Doctor was kind of nearby. That Shockwave would have done wonders. Hell, even without a Shockwave, still might try for something, although Doctor is now out of mana because he went pretty deep there.
Yeah.
Decides to fall back.
And it looks like he is going for the Nullstone second item. Ooh.
Meanwhile, wow.
That's a problem.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's something that I said could happen now. Midas, once he gets level 4, he becomes a problem for any melee carrying a 1v1. And he's up here 1v1, and now it's, he's getting kills on the solo Sandwraith, and that needs to not happen. And he's gonna get the tower kill. Oh, okay, so yeah, back to the Lex on Moira. I like it a lot because the illusion can use it, and it's just, you're never in danger using the item, so it's always a good item to pick up on that hero.
Yeah, that's I feel like that's definitely one of these, this and an Ion Stone are kind of one of these like simple items that are somewhat underrated, but we just like never see. in competitive play. So
And it's kind of odd that it's so underused. I think it's a great item. I think, it's a perfect item for support. It's made for a support, and I think, eventually, I think it's one of those time things where eventually people will start picking it up when they see like the early game power of it, et cetera, et cetera.
the Lex, are you talking about? Lex Jones?
Yeah, Lex,
Okay.
yeah.
So because I mentioned the Ion Stone too. So what do you think about the Ion Stone?
I think it's the same thing. I think it's a good item for supports. It kind of just depends on the game if they have like it's a great item for like old sync because they controlled runes so well. They always had a rune somewhere. So it's a great item for them. It's just kind of how they control the rune if they control it well enough.
Prisoner Kinesis. They're going around looking for an opportunity here. Torture, meanwhile, middle lane. He might be in some trouble. You got Midas coming over. Does have a portal key. Gonna use it right here. He hits the transmute. Samurai is nearby as well as Gladiator. But so is Behemoth. And you see the Hellborn team just on retreat mode. Torture will get sniped out here. So Kinesis and Prisoner, meanwhile, they were using that Veiled Rod trying to find a kill themselves. But it was kind of unfortunate timing because you see the Legion team. They also happen to be moving into the Hellborn jungle and getting a kill right there even out of it. So good news.
And that's a dead Moira.
Oh, wow. Yeah, she ran right into them.
But that is also a dead box.
Yes, it is. And possibly a dead Maake. Indeed it is.
And there's the icon charges. That's the power of the icon right there.
Arcane Vortex, man. That ability. It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, if you use it properly, it's a big, big fight turner.
It's like, yeah, I might be dead, but you guys are sticking around for another 4 seconds while my whole
You're all going to die with me.
Yeah.
You're going down with me.
Or as, who calls it, are you the team that calls it toilet? Or is that somebody else?
No, we
somebody
do.
else.
We call it the butthole.
The butthole. Okay, even
Call it the
better.
butthole.
You guys have some fantastic names.
I think it works out for it. I mean, that's basically what it is, right?
Sure. It's the butthole. I don't see it, honestly, but... I mean,
Well-
the Mario Party for Riptide Ultimate was pretty good.
Oh yeah, we love calling it that. That one is a top-notch name for that.
Yeah.
I wish we could see more Mario Party, but hopefully we see the Fuzzy Sloth play it today. That's always fun to watch.
Yeah, that's going to be one. We're watching. We're planning to cast Complexity the 2 series here coming up. So, by the way, back to this game. Behemoth,
Balthazar.
what is he doing by himself here, middle? He is going to go. Oh, he almost got a kill on Samurai. That's
Yeah,
what
he
he's
almost
doing.
got Balthazar there.
Wow.
I think I don't know why he's diving the base like that. I think they could be team fighting right now and winning all these team fights. I'm kind of interesting why he'd go try to solo to Balthazar, even because he didn't get the kill in general.
Yeah. No, that's a little ambitious there, and that's something that you really can't do more of because this is definitely not an over game. I mean, Samwraith is getting to the point still where he's actually going to be pretty strong here. So just because you have this great start does not mean this game is by any means a runaway.
Yeah, and especially with Doctor going a Nullstone second item, he's bottom lane, and he might actually die.
Catch Doctor, down he goes.
Yeah, so back to Doctor getting a Nullstone second item. It's a great item. It'll help him get prisoner, whatever it is. But his damage decreases a lot. Having a Hellflower allows him to go get the solo picks, which might in this game might have been better because Sandra's going to be off by himself so much. He could easily 1v1 a Sandra. So I don't know if I agree with the Nullstone second item. Of course, it's a great item and it'll help him a lot. But I don't know if it was better to go over the Hellflower this game.
Yeah.
Second item.
There are some interesting things getting out there that will prevent the Shackle, the Samurai Ultimate, of course, the Showdown. Pretty interesting, too. So
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of spells, but it's just he doesn't have pick-off potential without, a Midas or a Behemoth being there.
No, for sure. It's more of the defensive than the offensive, definitely. Right here for Doctor. But going to have to wait to resurrect still a couple more seconds before I can continue farming towards that Nullstone now. 2,600 gold on Midas. Going to be pretty certain that probably is going to be spent towards more likely a aggressive item than something like that Sheep Stick here.
Yeah, I was thinking Sheep, or even a Storm Spirit this game wouldn't be the worst item in the world, especially against the Gladiator. It could save the Doctor from prisoner if he's shackled. Storm Spirit's not a bad item either, but yeah, it'll most likely be the Sheep Stick, but I wouldn't mind seeing a Storm Spirit.
Okay, Samurai, yeah, he missed bot there. He actually bought a broadsword for a second. I was like, what is going on here? But sold it, bought the Mocker Brilliance here. So How's that now? Top tower goes down, though, in favor of 2-0 while that happens. So still positive coming out for this Legion team here. Doctor has a double damage rune, actually, currently. So if a fight breaks out, this could be good timing here.
Yeah, but still only 2 charges on that icon, and at 23 minutes, that's really not what you want. Considering he got, I think, a 14-minute icon. After that fight, it was like 13 or 14 minutes. So hopefully he can find some more solo kill targets.
Yeah, I mean, he's 3-1-5, so yeah, especially only to see 2 charges is definitely unfortunate for Doctor. But, hey, could be worse.
Yeah.
Prisoner?
Could be worse, and their Parasite's doing very well. I mean, the highest farmer on their team, so we didn't even talk about that.
In the game, even. Yeah, jeez.
Yeah.
426. Moira going to get spotted here, by the way. Samwraith ultimate is popped. She tries to Arcane Vortex. She can't get it off. She does. No, she actually is going to stay alive. Meanwhile, in the background, there's the Arcane Vortex as they got the kill on a Torturer. Doctor also chasing down on the Samwraith right here. He's trying to run the Shockwave coming at him, and Kinesis will fall. And so does Prisoner. Down goes Samwraith. Absolute cleanup here from 2-0, and now they're going to start pushing more into the top base. Samwraith can't buy back here. Prisoner's the only one, in fact.
Yeah, that was might not have been the best fight they wanted to take there, and now they're just going to push base here. I'll be surprised if Prisoner even buys back. They won't be able to defend this until Sandwraith's up anyways, so this might be a free racks for them.
At 24.5, nearly 25 minutes into the game, that's going to be pretty crazy here. Gladiator, EDC is going to stall it as long as possible. Behemoth, that would have been awkward.
Yeah.
He is going to survive, though. Tower Invulnerability comes out. They should at least kill the tower. There we go. Doctor, though. Okay, actually, buybacks are res, I guess, just simply, but gets Storm Spirited as the first comes out. The second first couldn't miss. Right there with the mass control, however. Midas gets pulled in. He will eventually get killed. Parasite, he's on the run now in the Imp.
Yeah.
He's good.
I think Behemoth just right-clicked the Nullstone while that's all going on, which is interesting.
Behemoth?
Yeah, I think he just right-clicked the Nullstone. I guess we will find out here in a second.
No, you know what he probably did? He probably clicked it just for the Blessed Orb.
Well, yeah, that's true. I saw the Nullstone pop up, so if it is an Nullstone,
it might
have just sold the recipe.
What? I mean, actually, the more I think, I mean, Sandwraith is one of those heroes. That
yeah, it's actually not a bad item this game. It'll stop. Yeah. You can't get canceled by Sandwraith anymore as long as he's, far enough away from the fight in general. So I'm not opposed to that item this game actually.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. No, that's actually definitely going to be very possible here. In fact, going to jump on a Prisoner now. Again, Kinesis nearby, though, but look at this dodging from Doctor. He's making life difficult for this Kinesis, man. Trying to get the kill on him. However, Dr. Repulsor may be in a little bit of trouble right here. Pitfall comes out. Can he get away? Yes, he can. Will he ultimately get away is the question now. Call to Arms is going to miss him. Gladiator still chasing those. Icon of the God is trying to shockwave in. What a jump here from Behemoth. The regen on Doctor kicking in as well. They get the kill on Kinesis. Prisoner dead. Gladiator will fall, and Doctor does manage to survive due to great teamwork and that Icon of the Goddess kicking in with the regen. They pick off Fusin. It is all 2-0 now.
Yeah, and that's right there is the strength of going Icon as a first item. He died 100% there without Icon. And yeah, there was a Storm Spirit on Midas. Like I was pretty sure he was going to go the Storm Spirit, but I'm glad he did. It was a good item pickup, definitely was.
And it is a Nullstone on Behemoth, at least that's what he is going. He does have the pattern, sure enough. So, again, it does make sense. Doctor with 14 charges now on that Icon here. 2,300 gold also saved up more onto him. So, the racks go down. It really is all 2-0 here. And so, if you're BMG, kind of thinking of ways to come back here, I mean, you do have a mock Sandwraith that is a threat. Are you still feeling at least somewhat comfortable?
The problem is they can't create space for him to, at least farm his jungle or, farm, long lane, whatever they need to do, but they don't really have that, game-changing ultimate, Legion team has the Behe that could, turn a fight by himself. They have the big Gladiator ulti, but, is that enough to win them a team fight, you know what I mean? But, if they can create a little bit of space for Sandwraith, and maybe, I think he has to go BKB next item, he has no choice. So he's really not going to do damage for a while. They have to create a lot of space for him.
Yeah. Sandwraith here, trying to just pick off some of the Ancients. So speaking of creating space, that's kind of getting a little bit there, but Prisoner, he's roaming through with the Veiled Rot. Now, this is going to be bad for him, though. He ran into a Parasite who happened to have that level 3 puzzle box good to go, and we just see the potential. Obviously, there was assistance there from elsewhere, including Squirry, who flew in, but really Parasite is feeling like he could have even done that himself right here. Such a powerful tool to have on him. That's been proven many times by now. So Kongor, Parasite really has kind of had those transitions, man, of just interesting phases. He went through the Codex phase for a while. I know the whole portal key idea in general was always good against like a Tempest counter, and then it's Lex Talionis, obviously, for a bit there before that got
Lex
nerfed.
Codex. Lex Codex was very strong for a long time. I'm glad they nerfed that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Moira that is the real Moira.
She says, let's do it, she says. Doctor in the background, however, as Behemoth jumps in, he got caught by Prisoner, but it's just not enough. Oh my god, it is enough. The call to arms hits, and Doctor actually will fall here. We'll see if he buys back or not. The team, it looks like they are doing just fine without him, though, for the time being. Kinesis in trouble. Moira does get picked up by Samrith. You see Samrith? He's a pretty big threat here. He's doing plenty of damage, but all of a sudden he's by himself, and he needs to run, actually. So doing plenty of damage, but he is fairly squishy at the same time. As Parasite, I think that was a misclick right there. Maybe he just wanted the speed. He will go in for the face hug, and he does die, but he is able to help set up a counter kill at least onto him. So
yeah, that was basically everything Hellborn could throw at them at this point. I mean, they even did they did everything right. It's just they're that far behind at this point that it's pretty difficult for them. That really early PK by Maake, really, he added at 13 minutes, but they just like you said, should they have been using the Sandwraith ulti? Now looking at it, yeah, they should have. Because, they didn't get much going with the Prisoner PK, and they should have, and that's what's costing them right now.
30 minutes into the game, BMG maybe has that feeling, but doesn't want to give up just yet. I'm checking out, do they have more matches today? They are going to be, no, this is their one and only series here that they're playing here today at least. Again, sitting at 5 points coming into this series. If this holds up, they will still remain at those 5 points where 2-0 would get bumped up to 12 and take over first place, actually, for the time being. So, impressive stuff once again there from this 2-0 team. They have been hot here in cycle number 4, and here we go once again. Torture immediately bursted down. Arcane Vortex, I don't know if that was the best one, to be honest. They all jumped on a Prisoner.
I think they were going to get him anyways.
Here comes the call to arms. It's one, but not really. Again, the buff still doing the work, but just going to simply play very defensive here.
Yeah.
BMG.
BMG really, there's not much they can do. They're not even farming their own jungle at this point. They're getting that taken from them.
Yeah.
It's kind of just, just sucking them dry. They can't go anywhere. They can't fight. They kind of they're locked into their base till they get this token on Doctor, and he's going to have Hellflower after it as well. So yeah, it might just be almost about time for them to call it, unless they could pull out something out of the hat. So we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Like a big smoke play or something.
And they would need to do that about 5 times here.
Yeah, maybe 5, 6 times. And even then, they might still be down. Oh, wow.
Behemoth says it's time to go once again. Samrith dead and not buying back. I think the time is going to be here for BMG. Going to be 0-2 for them, and again, so they're going to be at 5 points remaining. And this is their, how many games have they played now? Bad Monkey Gaming. This is their 5th match that they're playing, so they only have 2 more series to play. Both tomorrow, they have to play Mystery Gang as well as Complexity, actually. So, Mystery Gang definitely very winnable, of course, but Complexity of obviously defending champions.
Complexity of late's been very strong, so
not going to be easy there. So definitely not in the greatest spot to move on. Well, you can almost say that they're going to try to play now to not be bottom 2 even. So, but it is a victory. Look at the positive here, definitely. You got 2-0, continuing momentum themselves. And this will put them at 4-0-1 now here in, 4-0-2 actually, here in the group stages. So they only have 1 more match to play, which I believe will be tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. As, yes, they play Fresh tomorrow for their final match, so a solid matchup there. But they're with this victory, actually, and having 12 points, I want to say, they're guaranteed top 4. Like, we've had teams get top 4 with, 9 points in past cycles, I'm pretty sure.
They're going to end up, and they've been playing really well, so I think they deserve it, actually.
Yeah, that's huge. Anyway, so yeah, final thoughts on the game here in this series?
It was just kind of one of those games, just they could have done things better, but they didn't, so it's kind of just one of those games. Just gotta look back at it and just think about what they could do better next time.
Yeah. Was it to be for BMG here? So again, remaining at this 5 points. I'm updating the standings right here just to help get a visual for you guys. In fact, I wasn't able to get an update on the other series just yet. Let me see if we have that. It was Evil Corporation versus... Who were they playing? They were playing Fresh, actually.
Yeah.
Over there. Are they still playing?
No, they just started with Mist.
Okay, they just started their next one. That's fine.
Yep.
Let's check public games. We got this. Okay, so they... Ooh, Fresh won the first game, actually. And then game 2, ECX won. But, man, that was a pretty crazy game, it looks like, in game 2 as well. So, Fresh putting up quite the fight here. Again, this is a completely new Fresh team. Haven't had the greatest so far here in the cycle, but, hey, they split the series against Evil Corporation, so that's pretty good for them.
Yeah, definitely.
Result. Especially
going against ECX, who is definitely the 1 and 2 teams with complexity right now.
Mm-hmm. All right, though. So, again, finishing updating for that as well. But we are going to be going on a short break here as well. And we're going to be getting set up for our next match, which is going to be Complexity Gaming versus Reason Gaming. Going to be happening here on Honcast. So we're going to give it just a couple minutes. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they're already in the lobby and everything. Going to be good to go here shortly, I'm sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, a short break coming at you, but we'll have our next series coming at you of Complexity versus Reason Gaming. Continuing coverage here of day number 5 here of the group stages on Tour Season 4 Cycle number 4. Stay tuned, guys. More action coming at you.